Hello, hello, welcome, friends of YouTube land. We are in the land of fire. This is the map tonight. So yeah, this is a little bit, we're at tier 6 right now, so it's a little bit of the, I guess the condensed version of this map, right? Which, I actually like when they do that. If you have, when not everybody has the range, it makes a lot of sense, right? So, we are in the Heinrich, and we have this ship. I've done a couple videos on this. I think I'm still working through this tech tree. I may not even have all the upgrades yet for this ship, because you know me, I hoard that global XP so that I can buy the premium ships in the store with the global XP for free then, right? So but yeah, so then we end up not spending a lot of our global XP to progress through the tech trees and upgrade the ships, and then so here we are doing the grind, right? So the Heinrich. But this is a fun ship, it's like a lot of the other German battleships, right? It's the second tech line, right? So I think I've gotten all the way through the top one with the the Bismarck, and I just don't have enough money to buy the next one, right? So because we're, for the most part, don't put a lot of cash into the game, so we have to save up our credits and save up our global XP to buy things, right? So, but we will push in aggressively here, just because we do have, this big hunkin' chunk of land in front of us, right? So we're not even spotted, right, at this point. So, but we can sneak into the zone and then kind of help support our destroyer. We do have sonar, so we're basically cheating at this point, right? We're gonna be able to see this destroyer coming around the mountain when she comes, right? And take her on, use our sonar, pick it up, and probably annihilate it with our secondaries if it doesn't run into our torpedoes. But somebody over there was like, ooh, I'm getting picked up by sonar. I will use my sonar. So you can see we are getting detected by sonar. But yeah, so we'll shoot as appropriate here, right? And I was just waiting a second or two more in a standstill position to try and sort of bait these guys into sending torpedoes our direction and then start moving, right? So that they would send them at my sitting still ship, and then we would move out of the way, right? But with sonar going, you can see we're picking up their torpedoes almost literally right away. That Shores torpedoed his own destroyer. Good for him. We do have HE loaded here. I do switch to AP, and then I was like, oh man, I got a Citadel hit with the HE. Why'd I even switch, right? But hopefully the secondaries finish them off, and they do. But this will work out for the Nuremberg, having the secondary batteries loaded as well. And then, did we launch torpedoes on this side already? Let's see, the Nuremberg's, yeah, he's picking us up with sonar, you can see in the sort of the top right, middle, right? But, yeah, somebody else gets him too, right? So our team royally cleans up in the first 3 minutes of the game. Our side is completely void of enemy ships, right? I've got the brakes slammed on right now. Seeing as how we're not spotted anymore, we're going to see if we can't stay in this zone. And then since we see those last torpedoes aren't going to hit us, we'll use our damage con to put out the rest of the fire, right? Might as well save as much health as we can for the annihilation we're going to experience later in the game, right? Yeah, so we'll solidify this cap. It's always, you always get overly excited, we're getting picked up by this stupid airplane, but nothing's able to shoot us right now, so it's not a big deal. But you always get a little overly excited when you have, those moments. We did lose, the destroyer, and was the cruiser on our side too? Did we lose one? Did we lose 2 ships over here, or just the one? Anyway, so, yeah, we're not at 100% here. You see the, each team's lost 3 ships, but we are up on zones. And our problem now is we helped cap this zone, and maybe we should have just let the cruiser cap the zone and start moving here, because now we're out of the fight and I can't shoot anybody and nobody's even spotted anymore, right? So we're literally we're wasting time just driving, I guess, but it is what it is. I feel like I just hindsight's 2020 kind of thing, right? I feel like at the time I made the right call. I want to cap the zone. That helps me out with XP and credit earnings, you know, like that kind of thing. So it is what it is. But this ended up being a really fun game. But as you can see, we're losing ships like crazy. And here I am, charging full speed into the fight, trying to get in there, right? So, I mean, and granted, we do have this brawler build, right? So you can see the secondaries are already in range of this Aoba. And then we're going to shoot AP at him. Granted, we miss a lot with the main batteries, right? Ooh, we did get 2 overpens. We fired 2 bullets and both of them hit, you guys. It's a miracle. But yeah, so... but yeah, as you can see, so we'll pick on the Aoba just because it's probably the easiest target for us to get off the board, right? Shoot AP at him while these secondaries go to town, right? But we're on the struggle bus of actually getting... big heavy hits with him, right? So like it's just like two more overpens and like piddly squad for damage, right? So we'll duck in behind these islands a little bit so that we don't have too many people able to shoot at us all at once, right? So kind of minimize your risk while you're picking on a particular enemy, right? So that's what we do. We're kind of having meh, and maybe I should be shooting HE at these guys. You know me, like I choose to learn things the hard way, right? Like I'm like, if AP doesn't work, I'll switch to HE, and then back and forth, right? You know, so like sometimes I don't know what the hell I'm doing, basically, is what I'm getting at. But we do get the Citadel hit there and finish him off, so like that worked as planned, right? But now we're spotted somehow. Nothing on their team is spotted. We lost literally all our ships except for myself and the cruiser that spawned over at A with me, who is being even more cautious than myself and is like using me as a human shield at this point. Like he's behind me, right? Like, but I know they have a destroyer left, and that's very likely what's picking me up right now. So I'm not gonna stay still, right? I'm gonna move around the corner here. And I know that Hyuga, or that battleship, was probably on its way to come this direction, right? So I shoot the port side torpedoes into that zone just in case, like, you know, hey, maybe that destroyer is going to come around the corner, right? And then my plan is to get turned all the way around and kind of in a defensive position. But this Hyuga is just way closer than I was expecting, right? Like, and of course he's looking this way. There's nobody else to look at, right? So he's going to hit us pretty rough. So we lose quite a chunk of health there, so we'll use the heal. There's the skein out there, so that's the destroyer I was a little concerned about, right? But we did get torpedo hits, right? So, like, we got something going for us. We're up to 50,000 damage. Secondary batteries are doing their thing, right? But this is a losing game here, so I'm using my... I'm using my second to last damage control, right? As we try and take, but yeah, like, I mean, just every enemy ship can shoot us right now is the problem. So, and that's what's happening, because why wouldn't they? There's nothing else for them to do. They're gonna shoot the one guy they see. We're grossly outnumbered, right? So zones aren't everything. My preferred strategy is to kind of go after ships and then get zone captures, sort of let those happen organically, you know, like depending on your ship type too, right? Like, and your play style, right? So like, if I'm a destroyer, a lot of times I'm going to go right for my nearest zone, but I always take the keep my ship alive strategy. You know, I prioritize that first, right? So if things get too rough in the zone, I move away and come back to fight another day. But yeah, like, so this was just, and we got flooding going, so we get high caliber there. Like, we're not done playing technically. Like, we're still doing damage with this flood here. There are more medals to be earned. Even though we're dead and sinking. There it is, Liquidator, and it's just a flesh wound, what'd I tell ya? So at least we lost the game, we lost the battle, but we won the fun, right? I was like, that's not half bad of a game. 94,000 damage, close quarters combat, high caliber, Liquidator, and it's just a flesh wound, like 3 kills, a zone cap. Like, we were badass this game. So I'm like, I'm putting this one on YouTube. We're doing it. We're doing it. And meanwhile, our cruiser that was supposed to be supporting us has full health, so he was probably chilling chilling in the back in his smoke screen while we just got whooped, right? So now it's his turn, right? There's nothing else. Nothing else for the enemy to do but chase him down. But yeah, I was curious, like, I'm like, you know what? let's see what he's got, right? Like, so I mean, he pops high caliber and Confederate, so it's not like he wasn't doing good. Like, you know, he just got a kill there. Like, I'm like, dude, what if this guy wins? But I'm like, let's be real. Not even I could do this. I mean, maybe I could pull this off. I'm just kidding. That would not. Because I didn't. I'm dead already, right? That's why. I do have some pretty sweet comeback games. Go check out my games in the Duncan. Those are some of my favorites. There's one in there where we should have lost, and it didn't happen. People underestimated Phoenix 6-1, right? But yeah, as you can see, our allied cruiser here is not long for this world. A couple more hits and he's gone. But you know, you do you. He's getting your last few rounds off. Try and get some hits. Try and earn some credits, right? Do some damage, what have you. I'm surprised I actually am impressed he's still alive at this point, right? The torpedo gonna get him? Oh yeah, right in the stern. Oh, that's the good spot, right? But yeah, I was like, I'm gonna watch this one. Let's see how this guy does, and let's see where we score, like on the leaderboard for our team at least, right? But you can see all the banners, like, and we didn't even get first. Like that Belfast dude like beat us out quite a bit on XP there, right? Like, but we come out on top on credits. You know, it's good. It was a good time, right? Oh, good times, guys, good times. Make sure to follow the channel. I'm doing World of Warships videos every single day. I did not go through how we have the commander loadout for this ship on this particular video. I do have other P. Heinrich videos out there if you're interested in the commander setup. I pretty much use, for the most part, that same this same commander and setup for most of my German battleships that have like a decent starting range for the secondary batteries, right? So they're kind of all the same, right, for the most part, right? So yeah, if you're interested in that, go check out I do have at least one other P. Heinrich video out there where I go through the commander, but I mean, check, you know, other stuff like Bismarck and some of those other German battleships are out there too. But thanks for watching, guys. See you tomorrow.